File encryption protects data from malicious actors. Today we'll show you how to use a hardware security key to encrypt your local files. Hello everyone, this is Rick with Cybernetics. We will demonstrate the capability of the PeaZip utility. It is unique because it implements a key file as a second factor authentication method to encrypt data. We'll show you how a hardware security key can generate the PeaZip KeyFile. The video is broken up into 5 parts. All parts are time-coded so you can skip around as desired. I'm really excited today to bring you this PeaZip utility. I think you'll find it phenomenal in enhancing your ability to protect your data locally and on the cloud. Pretty simple to use. Right-click on the file. Go to the PeaZip section. This is under Windows 11. And here you can click Encrypt. You can type in a password for it. But the unique capability here is the ability to add a key file. Now, a key file is simply a container of data characters that will be used to unencrypt the file, so that you need the password in the key file, so it becomes a second factor authentication. So we select key file, and we'll generate this key file by just typing out a simple phrase as an example. Now we're going to save that file. You can call it anything you want. The file name is not important. It's only the data inside the file. So now you see we have this file we're going to use as our key file. So we select that, and then we say OK. Now it has encrypted, compressed, and encrypted that with the password and the key file. In order to get access to that file, you have to go into the PeaZip utility and select Extract. Once you select Extract, say OK there, give it the password, find the key file that you just generated, select OK, and we'll select Replace. The file was restored. Now I really like that, but I got to thinking about it. Where is this key file going to be stored? And now the key file also has to be encrypted. So now it's added a whole nother layer of complexity to your situation. Not only do you have encrypted data that you need to recover, but you got a key file that you need to protect, because if someone got a hold of the key file, they could potentially unencrypt the files that you were trying to protect. We're going to go in and delete this key file. Go through that scenario, right? I don't know where the key file is. I lost the key file. Inside the Yubico application for the hardware security key, I'm going to configure the slot 2 for the static password. I'm not going through all the details here because there's a link to a video on how to walk through that. And we click Next. That phrase I typed out earlier was really stored in the YubiKey used for the key file. What we'll do is open Notepad again, and we'll long press the key. And you can see it put in the same phrase that's in the static password over here with a carriage return. Now what we'll do is we'll save this file. We'll call it test2 and save it. And there is the key file. Now we had just deleted the key file, right? It's gone. So we want to come back into PeaZip and extract this file and select OK. Give it the password, select this key file that we just dynamically generated on the fly, and select OK. And you can see it unencrypted the file, extracted it, and there it is, even though the file was lost, right? So that was the way I thought, that's pretty slick. You could dynamically regenerate the key file. But the problem is, what if somebody found your key? And now they can use the static password function if they knew the password and unencrypt your data. So I thought, oh, that's interesting. So what do we do about that? So we go back into, and this is not a really good phrase. I just want to show you that you can generate something really complex, right? So we're gonna use this really complex password and overwrite the slot. And what we'll do is go back into Notepad. Now we're going to long press the key. And we're going to add what is considered to be a double-blind password. So for us, just for example, we're going to type, you wouldn't use that, of course, but something, some phrase or set of numbers or combination thereof that's easy for you to remember that you would not forget, you put that in addition to the static password, and we're going to save that as our key file. We're going to delete the previous archive. I'm going to right-click on this file again, go to PeaZip, and encrypt the file. And this password you may want to put on a piece of paper in a safe somewhere, because if you forget this password, even if you had the key file, you won't be able to unencrypt your data. So the key file, we're going to select the key file text, select OK. And now it's created a new archive with this new key file. I just want to show you this key file. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to, again, delete the key file, right? So the key file is gone. And now we want to unencrypt this. Select OK. We know the password, but we don't have the key file. So we're going to go back into Notepad. We're going to long press the key, and we get that really complicated password. And we're going to put in our simple double-blind part of the key file, and we have a link to the double-blind video above. Now we want to save this, close it down. Now you see, we just dynamically created that. It wasn't there from memory, right? With the long static password and our easy to remember phrase or numbers or combination thereof. Get the key file, select OK, replace the file, and there you go. It's back. I mean, that is just a phenomenal capability. This tremendously enhances the data protection capabilities and the ability to use a hardware security key with a double-blind method, because if you're like me and you're using the security keys, you probably always have it with you, and you have a backup of this key stored in a safe location, you would have access to any of your encrypted data. And if this data is uploaded to the cloud, now it's protected on the cloud by your hardware security key. Even if your cloud provider is not a zero-knowledge based cloud provider, your data is zero knowledge, because no one's getting access to that data without your password, the information, and your hardware security key, and your second factor double-blind password that you're going to add on to that. So it's like triple protection for your files. That concludes our video demonstration of how to use PeaZip with a hardware security key to secure your local data. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. This supports our efforts in helping others with technology, and have a great and wonderful automation day.